What is up, YouTube? In this video, I'm just going to go over an application that a lot of people probably don't remember or really use, but I think you should look into it because it definitely makes your experience a lot easier, and it could be pretty interesting to see what you can come up with or find to improve your iPhone and Mac experience. So this application obviously is Shortcuts. It was introduced in iOS a while ago and then eventually brought over to the Mac. But as you see, these are all commands essentially that people created that you can run on your iPhone or Mac to have it do certain things that otherwise are not really possible or hard to get to. Like, for example, the swap data. This is a recent one. If you are on an iPhone, for example, and you have multiple phone lines on your single device, because some people do this for work, this button right here will let you swap between the lines just by clicking this one button. Otherwise, you would have to go to Settings, Cellular, find a number, click it, and make it your primary number. So it saves you a lot of time and makes it a lot easier to run things that otherwise are hard to find or complicated. For example, this feature here, water eject, this feature is not even on an iPhone, for example. So in order to get this, you have to get a shortcut. And what this will do is essentially run a command where your speaker will turn into a eject port to get water out of your phone using frequencies. So this was actually found on the Apple Watch, but it's not on iPhone. However, people have created a shortcut to make it happen. So you can even do things that are normally possible on iPhone or even the Mac, like this one right here, advanced low power mode. And what this does is it brings your Mac to a state where it normally doesn't go to when you enter low power mode. So essentially people have created these command lines, as you see here, to make it do something that maybe Apple doesn't put more time into or that they just normally don't do. So as you see, it's a bit complicated here. So it's often best to just find shortcuts that people created that are trusted. Of course, you want to make sure you get trusted shortcuts from people that are reputable. You don't just download any of them. And you can make things a lot easier or honestly more interesting, like the water eject tool or some network tools, and just get more function out of your phone or laptop. Now, of course, you can integrate this with Siri as well. So if you put a special command, like, for example, if I told Siri to run water eject or tell it, hey, eject water from my phone, it will know to run this shortcut and do such. Otherwise, it would tell you, like, basically, what are you talking about? If this shortcut was in here, it just wouldn't know what to do. So it's also a good way to expand functionality. And yeah, these shortcuts here are all stuff that I've acquired. One of my favorites is a flippity doodle, which was created by a fellow YouTuber, Snazzy Labs, I believe, or if he didn't create it, he definitely showed it off. But essentially, it turns your action button on an iPhone 15 or newer into a multi-function button based on the orientation of your phone. So normally an action button would be set for one function only. As you saw, if you own an iPhone 15, in the menus, it's only one command. Whereas this shortcut turns it into multiple functions based on orientation. And you can set this in that command line I showed you earlier to have it do whatever you want. So that's a cool feature. And once again, it's just a cool reintroduction to an application that I think people should definitely look into to make your experience a lot easier. It's called Shortcuts. If you don't have it on your iPhone, you can download it. And definitely look around for cool little shortcuts that people come up with, like I said, network tool and water eject, data swap if you have multiple lines. There's a bunch of cool commands on here. You can even do automations for certain tasks if you have a smart home. So it's a cool little application. You can integrate this with Siri to have it do voice commands too. So like I said earlier, you can tell it to do this command right here and it'll do it, whereas normally it wouldn't know what to do. So that's my take on shortcuts. These are all the shortcuts I have on my phone right now and computer. So if you see any of them and that they interest you, let me know and I can share them in the comments or whatever. So if you find any of these interested, let me know, and I could probably do a video on it too, just showing you how they work and what specific shortcut does what. But they're all pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, data swapper, you already know what that does, and low advanced mode, that's also self-explanatory. So that's my little quick rundown of shortcuts. Definitely look into it. It's pretty cool to have, especially if you do a lot of or navigating on your phone or a lot of tasks, a lot of requests like data swapping. It definitely will make your life a little easier and faster. So I hope this helped you out. If it did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, if you want to know anything about these shortcuts, just let me know, and I'll do my best to cover what they do and share the links to get them. But if anything, just let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.